Structural chiropractic is a little bit different than traditional chiropractic, and the only difference is kind of the focus. Structural chiropractic likes to kind of take it a step further into how does the spinal column relate to the nerves and the brain function. Older adults can definitely benefit. The single biggest thing that they can benefit from is the balance aspect. The loss of balance and coordination, which is monitored and overseen because of the nervous system. If there's some disconnect between the spinal column and the nerves in that system, what it will do is it'll actually make people more susceptible to falling, and it can actually lead to some serious issues. If someone always kind of tilts their head to the side for everything, that's a sign that what's happening is the communication systems between the upper spine and the brain aren't really working properly. And so because of that, your eyes are trying to kind of compensate, and because they always want to be level with the horizon. And so what you can do is you can kind of look at that, and if it's like a pattern, that's a way to kind of tell that, oh, okay, what happens is the body's actually trying to make up for that difference by being in a different position, but the nerve communication isn't up to where it actually should be. Older adults should exercise and stretch. They should do that on a continual basis, as much as their schedule allows for. Movement is always better than no movement. The brain needs three different things. It needs nutrients to it, it needs blood flow, and it needs this third one isn't really known. It's called activation. But the activation part, what it is inside of our spine, there's little tiny sensors. They're called mechanoreceptors, that's the fancy name for them. These sensors are in the spinal joints themselves, and what happens is when you're exercising or you're moving around and you're doing this, what you're doing is you're feeding that sensor system. So the more that you actually feed that, the better your brain will actually function, which is why there's studies that say, hey, listen, people who exercise more, they have better concentration. So any activity is better than none. However, the absolute best is if you set aside, a certain amount of time to focus just on exercise alone, because not only will it be good for your body, but it'll actually help feed your brain, and it'll actually keep you sharper longer too.